Hello, welcome. It's Anime Sensei here, and we're gonna be doing What If Naruto Was Raised on Mount Myokoku, Part 4, Half 2. As the story takes place right about a day or so as Jiraiya agrees to train Naruto, as both of them are in the field. As both of them are currently meditating, as Jiraiya had suggested to Naruto that he should start to come to his inner peace if he was ever going to learn Sage Mode one day. As Jiraiya had actually got caught kind of off guard for a second, as he could tell the QB chakra was starting to manifest within Naruto, deciding this would be the best time to stop him. Naruto, listen, I get sometimes you can get angry, but if you're going to meditate, you need to be in your best state of mind. Otherwise, it won't be good, alright? Listen, you want to win these tuning exams, right? Right, Naruto says, nodding his head. Well, if you're gonna do that, you need to be on your best game. You're gonna be fighting both Sasuke, Gaara, and a lot of other people. So you just need to know what you're doing and how you're gonna do it. How about this? As suddenly Jiraiya starts manifesting something within his palm. This is what I would like to call the Rasengan, as an orb of chakra seems to be rotating around his fist. As Naruto looks at it with amazement, wondering how Jiraiya could have done this. It's actually pretty simple. As you can tell, Naruto was pretty confused. Basically, this technique is called the Rasengan. Basically, where you rotate chakra within your palm. There is a few exercises to learn it, though I did catch one that Kakashi's teaching Sasuke a pretty killer technique. So, for you to be able to fight back, you're definitely going to need something. And the Gaara kid is going to be trained by the Kazekage during the month. So your best bet is to learn this technique. You can definitely make usage of the toads if you do need their assistance. But you're going to need some other things under your arsenal. Is that understood? And besides, we already know your chakra natures. Let's just say I'm gonna win Jiraiya Sensei, Naruto says, giving him a fist bump. As they decide to walk off and take a break, as we fast forward to where Sasuke and Kakashi are, as they're both currently training, as Sasuke is again going at it. Try again, Sasuke. You need to completely destroy the boulder, Kakashi says, looking at the boy, seeing that he really is trying his best, but still hasn't got too far with the Chidori. Granted, they only have been training for about 3 days now. But Kakashi definitely needs to see some improvement soon. As at this point, he was feeling pretty guilty for not training Naruto, as he had tried to forget about the guilt and mostly putting in his energy into training Sasuke. As in his defense, he felt as if Naruto would be fine training with Ibu soon. Granted, that might have sounded unfair, but it sounded a lot better in his head. And Sasuke was supposed to fight Gaara. So the possibilities of Sasuke dying were pretty much there. At least with Naruto, he'd be fighting Neji, who might spare. Though Kakashi still did feel guilty, even when trying to forget about it. As Sasuke suddenly snaps Kakashi out of his mind. Kakashi! Why are you even teaching me this technique? And how come you ditch the dope? As Naruto and Sasuke, I'm not sure if you guys remember, are actually pretty good friends. And Kakashi didn't really have an answer for this, as he started stuttering on his words. Well, you see, bull, Kakashi. But that's okay. I'm gonna win the tuning exams anyway. The dope will find someone to train him, I'm pretty sure. Sasuke says, knowing that Naruto would be fine. As they both continue to train, as Sasuke starts putting more chakra into his Chidori, each time destroying it, the boulder, 10 times better than the last time. As we go back to Naruto, about 2 weeks into the 1 month period. As at this point, Naruto is only in the second phase of learning the Rasengan. As Jiraiya is honestly surprised with Naruto's improvement. As one day he had decided to give him a tip, as Naruto was pretty much almost done. Basically on the rubber ball part. Hey Naruto, here's the tip. When trying to burst the rubber ball, instead of just trying to force your chakra upon it all at once, slowly rotate it, let it go over time, and maybe you'll get somewhere with it. Fair enough? Alright then. And do not cheat. Fine. As Naruto starts to rotate it slowly around his fist, as it actually worked. Good job, Naruto. Now, you know what this means. The final step. Now you just need to take all those steps and then put it all in one. Jiraiya says, as if he was leaving this all to Naruto. Alright then, Naruto. You just need to do this. It's all up to you. As throughout the 3-month training period, Naruto had trained as if it was his last days of living. Each day doing 500 push-ups, 500 sit-ups, and 500 squats, and a 3-mile run every day, just to make sure his physical abilities were at the max and the best that he could achieve. Because Naruto was taking this very seriously, realizing that even if Sasuke or Gaara win, he could fight either one of them at the end, and he would definitely have to be prepared since both of them wouldn't be no joke. As Naruto did find himself talking to the Nine-Tails from time to time, as he had actually figured out his name was Kurama. With this interesting fact, Naruto was kind of intrigued with the fox, as for some reason he had a strange hate for the Uchiha clan, something he couldn't figure out. So he had a flashback to him first meeting the Nine-Tails. As we have a flashback to that. I should probably... Dry said I shouldn't, but I do need to figure this out. As Naruto suddenly starts meditating while entering his mindscape. As he looks around, he can see it's a huge sewer, and it smells disgusting. As he looks around, he finds himself stepping in some weird type of liquid. As Naruto tries to shake it off, suddenly he finds himself standing and glaring right at the Nine-Tails, who's inside of a cage, as Naruto, intimidated for a second by the mere size of the Nine-Tails, suddenly catches his ground again. "What do you want, brat?" the Nine-Tails says with his menacing voice. Listen, I know we have our differences, but listen, I need your help. What do you need my help for? Well, I've heard some things, and you're not the biggest fan of the Uchiha clan, nor this one-tailed beast. How'd you know, kid? Well, I was reading these books from the Toads, and they had managed to, I don't know how they got them, but they have them. And for what I can tell, you're most likely stronger than the one-tails. So, when I fight them, if I'm to a point where I need help, would you mind helping me? Would you lend me a hand? Naruto says, as he sticks out his hand. Sure, if it's to give back at that brat Shikaku or at an Uchiha for what they've done to me, I wouldn't mind, Kurama says, as he accepts Naruto's fist bump, as it starts to spark something of a bond. Not just yet, but something to be seen in the future. As we go back to present time, as this is actually the final day, as Naruto decided he was going to go to sleep pretty early this night, as Dryad came to his window. Knock up. Oh, what's up, Dryad? What's going on? Well, listen, I won't be able to be at your match tomorrow. Well, I'll try, but I won't be there for the beginning of the tuning exams. But I might be able to make your match. Just be careful, alright? I trust in you. I believe in you. And besides, you are the son of the Hokage. As Jiraiya disappears using the body flicker. As Naruto goes to sleep, we fast forward about the next day. As Naruto wakes up bright and early at about 6 o'clock and decides to head to the tuning exams field. As he looks around, he can see he's the first one there. As he actually sees the proctor, Gamma, what's his name? Good to see at least someone showed up early. Besides, Brett, I do see you got a match today. Good luck on that. Gamma says, giving Naruto a fist bump. As we fast forward about a few hours or so later, as people start to slow up slowly, as Naruto at this point does realize Sasuke seems to be missing and can't figure out why. Brushing it off as he realizes that he needs to focus on himself right now. We fast forward about 5 minutes or so as Naruto ends up encountering Gaara, as he had actually encountered Shikamaru on his way too. Hey Naruto, what do you think he's doing? Shikamaru says, intrigued more so on what Gaara could be up to. As both of the boys look, they see that he seems to be threatening someone as they start to listen in. Listen, if you don't give me your stuff, you're gonna die. Better yet, I wouldn't mind killing you now, Gaara says. Very intimidating aura. As both Naruto and Shikamaru decided they should step in, realizing that Gaara is threatening someone who seems to be a civilian, honestly. As Naruto suddenly appears in front of him, grabbing him by the wrist. Hey, if I were you, I wouldn't do that. Trust me, that's not the smartest move, Naruto says, actually crushing his wrist a little bit, with Gaara grabbing one of Naruto's wrists while doing the same, as both the boys look at each other, glaring. As Naruto decides to back off and not to start anything. Just giving you a heads up, I don't want you to do anything stupid now. As both Naruto and Shikamaru walk away. And Naruto, why'd you let go? Well, I don't want any unnecessary beef, Shikamaru. You're right. Sometimes things can be such a drag. As suddenly they both hear Gamma call out, "Alright, the tuning exams have begun. First match, Naruto Uzumaki versus Neji Hyuga." As both of the boys walk to the stand, as they're both looking at each other, glaring. As Naruto's thinking to himself in his mind how he's gonna beat Neji. Though in his mind, he tells Kurama he won't resort to using his chakra yet, but if he's pushed to the limit, then he'll have to. Alright. 3, 2, 1, go. As both boys run, charging at each other. As Naruto had tried to get Neji, punching him in the face, as he had actually made it, sending flying back into the wall. As Neji had gotten up, he suddenly spits out a little bit of blood. Not bad for a Nine-Tails brat. Not bad for a blonde Hyuga. Alright then, you got jokes, huh? As both of the boys go charging at each other again, as they clash fists, each punching each other. As Naruto was able to get a slice on Neji's forehead. Not where the seal is, but right next to it. As Neji had did a quick chakra finger thing as he had scratched Naruto. As Naruto had used this opportunity to dropkick Neji, teleporting behind him as he had done so. Neji, getting up as he realizes that Naruto's no joke, goes charging at him as he manages to catch him in one chakra point. 1 palm, 2 palm, 8 trigram, as before he could finish, he was sent to the wall. As he looked to his left, he could see another shadow clone. If I'm gonna go down, I'm gonna go down with a fight. As Naruto suddenly creates 3 more. Go get him! As each of the clones go charging at Neji, with Neji taking out one, getting him in the chest, as he punches the other, and rotation to the last one, making it pop. As all that was left was the original one. As Neji, seeming like he was going to hit him in the face, suddenly he went underground, disappeared. As both Narutos looked down confused, wondering where Neji was. As before they could realize it, the clone Naruto was uppercutted in the face as he was popped. As both Naruto and Neji are now glaring at each other. You know, for someone who thinks they're so good from the... You know what? You wouldn't understand pain because you see this seal? This seal was given to me because I had no choice to. My father, he died. Unfortunately. Because of Hinata. Listen, it's not Hinata's fault. I read up on what happened. You wouldn't understand what it's like to lose your parents. You wouldn't understand the pain. As Naruto hears this, he had felt a sudden rage, deciding that he should hold himself back. Listen, Neji, you have no place to tell me I don't understand pain, because best believe I've been through a lot of it. And parents, sure, I might not have known them, but I know they were great people. And you know what, Neji? You should definitely think about it. As Naruto had caught Neji off guard, as he teleported right in front of him, uppercutting him, as Neji had fell down to the ground. As before he had passed out, Naruto had whispered one thing into his ear. Vengeance is always not the key, Neji. Think about what I said, and we'll talk after. As Neji passes out. As the medics come to go get him, putting him into the cart. As Naruto looks at him, flashing a grin. As Naruto goes back, as he's congratulated by most of the Konoha 9. As all of them were actually kind of excited. Not excited, but, well, they were happy for Naruto, at the very least. As Sakura, someone who surprised him a lot, came and gave him a high five. Granted, him and Sakura weren't all that close, but it was out of the blue for sure. You did good, Naruto, Sakura says, as she goes back to her seat, with the rest of the Konoha 11 congratulating him as well. As suddenly Gamma says, next match. The next match will be, as a few matches go by, we fast forward to the last match. Gaara versus Sasuke Uchiha. As Gaara is already on the field, waiting for Sasuke, as Naruto's also there. As they're all waiting, Naruto in his head, come on, Kakashi, Sasuke, you need to hurry up. As during the last countdown, in the last 5 seconds, suddenly, Leaf had flown in the air. As both Kakashi and Sasuke appeared, standing right next to each other. Sorry you're late, Sasuke says. Be glad Hokage-sama didn't let you. We could have ended your match. We could have called it off, actually. Anyway, it's alright. Better fight him. Sorry we're late, Kakashi says, with a sweat drop as he goes to the stands. With Naruto. Kakashi-sensei, I'm warning you, I don't think Sasuke should fight him. But if you think it's the best, alright, I'm trusting your judgment. As Naruto watches, as the proctor had said go, as Sasuke had ran towards Gaara, trying to punch him as the sand shield appeared, with Sasuke realizing that it wasn't going to be easy. As he had jumped into the air doing a fire-style fireball jutsu, while creating a shadow clone, as the shadow clone had went charging towards Gaara, as they had punched him, at least the sand wall, then teleported, then repeatedly started punching him, just to get him off guard, as the other Sasuke was spamming the fireball jutsu to get him off guard as well. As finally, the shadow clone was able to catch him as he had punched him, sending him flying back. As Gaara, realizing that this is no joke, suddenly starts using some of the Shikaku's chakra as he makes a sand fist as it punches Sasuke in the face, sending him flying into the wall as he crashes into the ground. As Sasuke gets up, he realizes it's time to use his big ace. As suddenly he does 6 backflips as he manages to land on the wall. As he starts to do a fury of hand signs, everyone in the crowds are confused. As the mic guy suddenly starts saying, "You must have taught the boy that technique." the lightning of prey. It is called the Chidori. As at that exact moment, Sasuke had struck Gaara. As everyone in the stands was speechless, as no one was talking, everyone was in bare silence. As Gaara, who was surprised he had gotten hit, as this was the first time someone had ever made him bleed. As Gaara looks at himself, Sasuke suddenly tries to get his hand off, but it seems to be stuck as Gaara suddenly starts screaming out, "Blood!" as he suddenly goes on rampage. As he suddenly leaves, with Sasuke looking at this, realizing he should definitely go follow him, so he can go defeat Gaara once and for all. As everyone in this crowd gets put in a genjutsu, as about 5 minutes or later or so, Shikamaru, Naruto, and Sakura, along with the rest of Team 10, all woke up. As Naruto, realizing what's going on, decides to take charge first. As he takes Ino, Sakura, Shikamaru, and Choji, while telling them the plan. Alright, Ino, Shikacho, you guys are gonna go and find... go help out the village, alright? And me and Sakura, we're gonna go find Sasuke. Alright? Alright, agreed. As while Team 7's on their way, we go to where Sasuke and Gaara are getting ready to fight. As Sasuke is currently standing behind a tree, just trying to make sure Gaara can't see him. As he's thinking about what he should do in his next move. As suddenly he starts having flashbacks to the Uchiha massacre, remembering the words Itachi had told him, how he had entrusted him with everything. This was his chance. Itachi had left this for me, Sasuke says, creating a Chidori, as suddenly he jumps into the air, going charging towards Gaara, with Gaara clashing with him, as a huge bubble had came out of nowhere. They both were surprised, but continued on the fight. As Sasuke had fell back due to chakra loss, as Gaara had used this time to slam him into the wall with his chakra sand, as Sakura came out of nowhere, throwing 6 kunai, as Gaara had removed his sand thing from Sasuke, punching Sakura, while gripping her to the wall now. As both Naruto and Sasuke can see the current situation going on. Sasuke gets ready to fire off another Chidori, but Naruto holds him back. Listen, you can get that later, but we need to think of a plan, and I know just what. As both of them, before Naruto could rehearse his plan, Shikaku came out. As both Naruto and Sasuke were shocked at how big this tail piece was. Naruto, realizing it was time to stop playing, suddenly he does a few hand seals. As he creates a summoning Jutsu's Gamabunta. As Gamabunta examines the current situation, realizing that Naruto needs his help. At first, didn't want to mess with the one tails, but realizes that this is for Naruto, so he suddenly takes both Naruto and Sasuke on his back as they start to rehash the plan. Alright then, Gamabunta, we need you to send off water bullets as fast as you can repeatedly. And then when we say go, that's when me and Sasuke will strike. I have a special technique though. I'm pretty sure Sasuke does as well. Though, he can only use it once. So we need to get it. Alright. As for about a few minutes or so, Gamabunta was spamming with water bullet, as finally he had caught him off guard once with it, as he had managed to hit. Go! As both Naruto and Sasuke jump off of Gamabunta, performing their jutsus in unison, as they both go charging towards him. They managed to, instead of hitting Shikaku, managed to hit Gaara, as he had woken up due to the pain. As Shikaku started screaming, no, 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 as he started reverting back to normal. As both Naruto and Sasuke are falling back down, as Naruto was basically almost out of chakra, same with Sasuke, as the Rasengan he had made was pretty big, and he already was low on chakra. As they fall down to the ground, they all seem to be passed out, as the Sand siblings appear. As they take Gar, getting ready to leave. Gar, are you alright? Tamari says out of breath. Yes, I am. And I need to apologize. As Naruto and Gar still did have that talk. I like to apologize for everything. I care about you all greatly. I learned its feelings, as they call it, for who you care about. From a friend. His name was not. As before he could finish his sentence, he passed out. As the same siblings, seeing that Naruto had helped out in some way, thank him and walk off. More so run off. As the third Hokage, who actually survives in this timeline, comes to pick up both Naruto and Sasuke, as he thinks to himself, these boys definitely been through it today. As this is where I'm going to be leaving it off. I hope you guys enjoyed. Anime Sensei out. Road to 200.